restaurant. We're early. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning, and it's a new restaurant. Look at it. Try Naasto. Street food. Absolutely brilliant. I think it's been open for about 8 weeks, 7-8 weeks. Absolutely fantastic. Hi, bro. How you doing?
How you doing? Not too bad, mate. Not too bad.
Brilliant. I love it. I love it without even coming here. Chai Naasto, a little taste of India, a little taste of Gujarat in London. Look at how you set up. Gujarat, little like train carriage style.
Yes, that's the concept. Transport thing we try to do here.
Excellent. And you got your elders' photos on the wall.
Yes.
I've come early because the chef is going to show us some of your recipes. But before that, I'm going to have a quick look at your menu here.
Yeah.
Your Indian street food guide. And look at that, you got curries from Punjab, curries from Nanima, which is grandmother.
Our grandmother, yeah.
And then you got Chat Street, which is all your street food inspired dishes.
Roadside snacks.
Kebab Gully and drinks cart. But I like the fact that you've got vegetarian, a lot of vegetarian dishes. Chandni Chowk crispy Kale Chaat. Surti Kamandokla, Sew Kaman. Bombay Raktabat. You know what? I'm going to have to spend a month here.
We'll go through the menu.
Yeah, look at the things you got, man.
You can come every day. You can come every day.
Is it okay? I can go in the kitchen and catch up with the chef there?
Definitely.
Thank you. Brilliant. Absolutely love the film posters as well. Look at that. They've got the Desi newspapers as wall decorations. And look at the loos. Look at the signs for the loos. Desi sign, that's a gents loo. And look at the sign, the Desi sign for the ladies loo. Hi, brother.
Hi,
how you doing? All right, not too bad. Nice to see you after a good few years.
Nice to see you too after a very long time. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, I'm well. How are you?
Very well, doing great. Yeah, thanks you to the chefs.
Yeah.
So that's Vijendra. He's the head chef of Chai Naasto.
Brilliant.
And that's Mukesh. He's the executive sous chef. And
Namak.
to show you a couple of dishes that are quite unique to the restaurant.
Yeah.
Right. This is essentially a street food restaurant, so the dishes are quite tapas, sharing style, rustic Indian street food dishes.
Brilliant.
So if you come through,
thank you.
I'll show you what the chef are preparing today for you. He's going to prepare a kale chaat for you.
Yeah.
Originally it was the spinach chaat, which is traditionally prepared in India. Now you take spinach leaves, you dip it in a batter, it's fried until crisp, and then it's drizzled with all the chutneys. So what we've done is we've replaced that with kale, because kale is a trending ingredient, and it's a superfood at the moment. So we thought, why not capitalize on that? So what we're going to start with is, we make a basic batter, where you take gram flour, you take Ajwain, which is also known as Carom seeds, which is very good for digestion. You add your spices, which is red chilli powder, a touch of turmeric powder to give that nice yellow color on the batter, which contrasts with the green. Then we add a little bit of seasoning, which is salt and crushed black pepper, and we keep it absolutely simple and let the flavors of the kale come through. So when you add too much of spice, the spice starts overpowering the chaat. So what we do is we basically chop up the kale with a little bit of onions, we mix it with the batter, and then we deep fry it. So what you get is this. That's how it would look, right? Now what we're going to do is, now our kale chaat, the way we build it is we use sweet potatoes as well. Right. So what we're going to do is, we've got some diced sweet potato which we've boiled. Yeah. So before we start serving that sweet potato, we're going to first give it a flash in the fryer so that it becomes nice and crispy. Chef, if you could put this in the fryer and fry it until it's crispy. So that's going to be in the fryer for roughly around 1.5 minutes so that it heats through and gets a nice brown color. Brief history about the Indian street food scene while the dishes are being prepared by the chef. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but in about 3rd century BC, there was a Grand Trunk Road that was built from Kabul to Calcutta in West Bengal. It was a 2,500 kilometer stretch, and the idea was to increase trade between the east and the west. So, with passing years, it kept getting renovated. Now, when the travelers used to go for trade, they used to carry their own food. But because at that point of time, there was no refrigeration, so they could only have food till a certain point of time, after which the food used to get spoiled. So what people started doing, who used to live locally, is they started cooking food in their houses and started serving it to the travelers who used to come and rest. So that, I would say, is the invention or the great institution which is called the dhaba, was born from there. So the dhaba was born on the Grand Trunk Road.
Right.
So these dishes that you see today, which we call it, which are urbanized, and are called the Indian street food, they were born on the Grand Trunk Road. So these were actually staple dishes which were eaten in homes. So that started being sold on the Grand Trunk Road. Now when the chaat is concerned, I'll give you a very good brief of how the chaat actually came into being. So when Shah Jahan built Delhi, after he built the city, his doctor or the general physician who is to advise the royal family was quite upset with him, and he said that you never even consulted me while you were building the city. So Shah Jahan asked him that, why are you saying that? Why are you upset? He's saying because the river Yamuna, the water in that is not fit for consumption.
Right.
So Shah Jahan was quite upset, and he said, now what should I do? I've already built the city. I can't just go back. So you have to come up with a solution. So he said that in order to help with digestion and your stomach not get upset, basically you have to invent a cuisine that is quite high in spices, that's quite tangy. So that's when chaat were born.
Oh, I see.
Yes, so we started using a lot of tamarind, we started using a lot of high spices. So that's a brief history. Now, as far as I know, this is one of the stories that go behind the birth of the chaat. But again, as you know, Old Delhi is quite famous for its chaat. Indore is quite famous for its chaat.
Yeah.
So our inspiration for the chaat comes from here. So now that the chef has already fried, so what we're going to do is, chef, if you just put the potatoes on the plate, that's it. And then if you just plug. So now what the chef has done is, we've got the sweet potato base here. Now we're going to add the kale. The kale pakora sits right on top there. Now we're going to garnish this. We build the dish here.
Yeah.
We've got the sweet potato which is fried. We've got the kale pakora. Now we're going to add the sauces here. Brilliant. So first we'll add the mint sauce. So this is a homemade mint chutney that we're going to add. We're going to drizzle it. You have to remember, when it comes to chaat, it's all about the sauces. It's all about the chutneys.
Yeah.
So that's sweetened yogurt. So what we do is we slightly use honey here at the restaurant to sweeten this yogurt. Now goes the tamarind chutney. What we're going to do is, now we're going to do a little bit of garnish on this to finish off and make the dish look more beautiful. Yeah. So we're going to first add a crisp gram flour vermicelli, which is traditionally put on a chaat there. Right. We're going to add a little bit of chopped red onions. We're going to add fresh chopped coriander. Coriander is the heart of the dish as well. It gives a lot of freshness. And then to finish it, we're just going to add a little bit of pomegranate seeds, again fresh. So here you have the famous kale chaat at Naasto.
Absolutely looks delicious. It looks too good to eat. It looks like a work of art. Thank you very much, chefs.
You're welcome.
Thank you for sharing your recipe.
You share the recipe, now it's time to eat.
Brilliant.
transport.
Let's have a little taste.
And have a taste of the food.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Let's try and take a bit of everything. Let's see what it tastes like. Take another bit. Absolutely delicious.
Thank you, sir.
You got the tanginess of the sauces, the amli, the pomegranate, the onions, the mint sauce. You've got the freshness of the freshly fried sweet potato, the kale, the freshly fried kale. It all comes together really, really nicely. Thank you very much. Absolutely delicious. Saying a few words about how did you come out with a restaurant called Chai Naasto?
Oh, so the concept behind Chai Naasto is, remember when you were younger, my nan on the wall there, our Nanima, our grandma, she used to look after 14 grandkids and we used to all eat her food.
Brilliant.
And obviously you're going to think your grandma's food is always going to be the best. So her food's amazing. And so what we were doing is when we grew up and we got jobs, we used to take packed lunches. So me and my brothers used to take packed lunches and all our friends used to eat our food and say, this is amazing. You should open a restaurant, you should open a restaurant. We're like, yeah, whatever. So then this carry on kept happening. It got to the point where our colleagues were buying her food off us. So she'd take it and
when you're going to
work, oh, rice and chicken or any dishes, hey, £10, we'll give you £10, we'll give you £5. So we thought, okay, why don't we open a restaurant? So our first one's in Beckenham. So we used influences from our nan and her travels around India.
Brilliant.
So she travelled around India, learning different dishes, different street food dishes. So I've used her influences to create the menu we have today.
Was it predominantly Gujarati or a mixture of...
Mixed. My nan's actually born in Somalia. So you've got some African influences you have. Then she went to Yemen, so we've got some Saudi Arabian influences, and then you've got Gujarati influences. So it's a mishmash of everything, but she's learned all the different cuisines.
Brilliant.
On the way. So we try to take that and put it into a menu and turn it into a restaurant. Your curries from Punjab. Now we change this every 2 to 3 months. Nanima's curries stay.
Right.
And the Punjab, the reason we go to different states in India. So our nan travelled different states in India to learn her food journey.
Right.
So she started off in Punjab. She then moved to Kerala. Then she went to Rajasthan. Then she went to Hyderabad. So what we might as well put that on our menu because whatever state you go to, they eat different food.
Of course.
And have different accompaniments with the food. So we're moving next to Kerala. So we thought it's fit to move there as well because it's summer in the UK.
Yeah.
So you've got your coconut milk flavours, you've got your fresh flavours of that, and you've got the lemongrass, you've got the lemon, and you've got the coriander rice. You have your parathas with it. So we thought we'd change every 2 to 3 months. We go to a different state in India and show everybody what kind of food they eat.
Look at your little lanterns here, the candles.
Yes, we put that outside for the outside decking.
Look at your little light bulbs.
We serve our lassis in the light bulbs.
Excellent, I love it.
So they obviously try to mimic what the light bulbs we have in the ceiling.
Brilliant.
And yeah, we put our lassis in there. And also we've got these Jaiwala wooden little carts. So we put, when we serve tea in here.
Brilliant.
So it goes to the table like that.
I wish I had your brain power to come up with such inspired ideas and develop that into a restaurant business, you know. I hope and wish you well in what you do.
Thank you.
Thank you again. Until next time.
Cheers.
God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you.